How y'all doing, family? This is Mario Matthews, owner and operator of Minutes Till Dawn Productions. We're going to skip the intros and the advertisements today because I actually want to talk about a very important topic concerning the ADOS movement and corporate attempts to take over chapters. Okay? By chapters, I mean chapters of ADOS, um, ADOS related chapters around the US. Okay. Not too long ago, I actually had a meeting. And although I was not the organizer of the meeting, I was one of the people invited, and I actually invited some people to come to the meeting. Now, the meeting was in concerns with ADOS. We were trying, or we were hoping that the meeting would be a building meeting to start a foundation to build the ADOS, uh, Seattle's ADOS Foundation, and hope in prospects that it will bloom into a new chapter in the Northwest. During this meeting, it started off well. It started off with everyone introducing themselves, everyone, speaking about who they are, where they're from, how did they get to following Yvette and Tone, and it was good at the beginning. But then it devolved into this presentation from a corporation called Primerica. Now, for those who don't know Primerica, I'll leave a link in the description below. But Primerica is an MLM multi-level marketing scheme, a pyramid scheme. And these people were involved with the presenter of the group. Now, mind you, afterwards the presenter's like, I didn't know they was going to do that. However, it was a part of the program. When we joined the meeting, it was a part of the program. So during this presentation, we actually stopped the presenter and we're like, me and the people that I brought to this ADOS. It was a small gathering. This small ADOS gathering. We're like, whoa, hold up. We did not come here to be sold stuff, okay? We came here to politically organize for advocacy in regards to the legal justice claim that ADOS people, American descendants of slavery, have in the United States regarding slavery, Jim Crow, segregation, all of these very intergenerational continued oppression that has happened to our people. And we have a legal justice claim that they have a debt from all of the suffering and the stolen wealth, resources, and finances that was taken from the black community. It is a debt. It is owed to us. Now, the purpose of the ADOS movement is to bring forth that justice claim to every political discussion and establishment. All of our representatives should be representing on behalf of their constituents, especially the Democratic Party. If black ADOS people are the majority of the people who vote for the Democrats, then by definition, or by numbers, by sheer numbers, we are the Democrat Party. So they were there pushing their financial literacy products. Figure that. Go figure, huh? And we're like, yo, look, we don't have anything, we don't have no problems with financial literacy, but we're not here for that. Y'all putting the cart before the horse. And, it all devolves into this. It devolves into this, oh, well, you guys you got to know what to do with the reparations before you get the reparations. It's like, dude, we've had this conversation already on a national scale. If you've been following your vent and tone, we've already had this discussion. We already have the numbers, okay? Black people in America own less than 2.9% of the national wealth. Yet we're 13% of the population. Black people, who are the American descendants of slavery, make up 40% of the nation's homeless population. Black people, black men in specific, mirrors the incarceration numbers of women globally. Let me repeat that. Black ADOS men here in America has similar, if not the same, incarceration numbers of women on the planet. Black ADOS women have the same eviction rates that black men are incarcerated. We are experiencing societal collapse. Black people in America have already collapsed. And at this point, we're just getting worse. Now, why am I saying all this? If you know anything about Sun Tzu's Art of War, you don't fight a war with troops you can't feed. You don't fight a war with a war you can't finance. And that's the problem with the financial literacy argument that y'all making. Nobody ain't saying financial literacy ain't important. What we're saying is you're putting the cart before the horse. Feed people first. Get them into housing. Get them out of prison. Give them clean air, clean water. Get them out of polluted areas. Bring an end to systematic racism, white supremacy. Solve the racial wealth gap. Imprison every single person in this godforsaken country who continues to victimize the most poor, destitute, and helpless people in the country. Black ADOS people. And then we could talk about financial literacy. So afterwards, I did my research on Primerica. Not only are they a multi-level marketing scheme, pyramid scheme, but they're also owned by Citigroup. And for those who don't know, Citigroup is one of the banks who was bailed out during the 2008 financial housing crisis. What does that mean? That means the same corporation the same bank that was giving people these faulty loans that they knew they couldn't pay off, primarily black people, primarily those who are the descendants of slavery. They went to our government and got bailed out by President Barack Obama and his cabinet. And then after they got bailed out, they want to mask their slimy, greasy, greedy hands under the umbrella, under the subsidiary of Primerica. And now they're trying to mask the ADOS movement justice claim by pushing their products on the same people that they victimized 10 years ago. And still haven't seen no recourse. Still haven't seen no corrective actions, no reparations. Family, believe me when I say this. They think they can get one on us again. They think they can do it again. They think we're stupid enough to fall, to keep falling for the same thing over and over again. What is the definition of insanity? You know, this is why I thank Yvette and Tone for giving us the clarity needed to sniff out these type of vile corporate selling strategies to cloak themselves in the ADOS movement in order to sell products and services after already done taking advantage and victimizing black families. Not on my watch. It's not happening. For those who don't know, I've actually been trying my best to actually start an ADOS Washington State, chapter. And it's unfortunate that I run into situations like this in my journey to make sure that this thing pops off. But this is a part of the process. I take my share of the responsibility, allowing corporations to try and attempt to sell me and my guest that I brought, to the event. That was my fault. I should have been more due diligent in the process to understand what was going to be presented to us when we got there. And I apologize for that. I apologize to the family. I apologize to the guests. But I am no longer associated with anything to do with that gathering of people. And I am continuing along the path to start an ADOS chapter here in Seattle. ADOS Washington State is Primerica free, is Citigroup free. We will not be co-opted. We will not be silenced. And we damn sure ain't going to be victimized again. At least not this one. Well, y'all going to have to fight me. It's a shame, man. It's a shame that we have to continue fighting these corporations in their plight, in their quest to extract as much resources and equity from the most helpless and destitute in this society. And to make matters worse, they keep trying to push this line about financial literacy and how we need to be prepared for reparations, which is true. But what they fail to understand, one, you can't feed an army on an empty stomach, homeless, broke, destitute. And two, nobody say that to the Native Americans. Nobody say that to the Chinese who got their reparations. Nobody said that to the Holocaust survivors. Nobody says that to the LGBTQ community. Nobody said that when Pearl Harbor was hit, when 9/11 was hit. And it was black ADOS people in every single one of those engagements helping people to get what they deserve. Y'all got the nerve to tell us that we can't have something without this first and without that first. Let's jump through this hoop. Let's jump through this hurdle. Oh, you got to sign on the dotted line here. Oh, you didn't do that right. You didn't do this right. You're not our parents. You're not our guardians. You're not our leaders. The black agenda is the leader. We're signing out, family. I'm going to talk to y'all later. Y'all be cool. Peace. Everlast.